your transition from James to P-Funk. How did that begin and how did it compare?
Well, it began with Boosie.
Yeah.
Boosie was a young guy that we hired with James Brown. We hired him to play bass. Hired his whole band. Well, actually, I was gone. James had fired me because I disagreed with him on a point.
Sure.
He thought I should get the horns together, and I thought I should get. I mean, he thought I should get the rhythm together, and I thought I should get the horns together first. So we disagreed on that.
Sure.
Naturally, he won, and so he fired me. Actually, I
Yeah.
was getting ready to quit anyway
Yeah.
and move to California. I was going to be the great discovery in California, the jazz phenom from down south.
Yes.
But I didn't do it because George Bohannon and uh, 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 Frank Rosalie had that sold up.
I
So
see.
I did bad, and I came back. That's when I met Boosie.
Mm-hmm.
When I came back with James, he was the band leader, and he had James cooking right along. They had done Super Bad
Mm-hmm.
and Sex Machine,
Mm-hmm.
and so they were hot. But Boosie was disagreeing with James on certain things.
Sure.
Like getting high. Boosie was getting high, and his whole band was getting high. James didn't like that. Boosie would say, "See you." Every time James tell him something, he say, "See you." So he eventually Boosie left. But he
Yes.
told me, he said, "Fred, me and you work together real good." I said, "Yeah, man." So I said, "You're a good bass player. I hope to work with you again." He said, "I'm sure to work with you again."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
time went on. I would have my career with James Brown. In the meantime, Boosie was with George Clinton, and they
Uh-huh.
were doing the Mothership Connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And first they did Chocolate City.
Yeah.
James swore up and down that I had done the horns on Chocolate City. I
Oh.
didn't even know who Parliament Funkadelic was at that time. I told him I didn't do the horns. He believed it. He believed it up to 10 years before he died that I had done the horns on that. He
Really?
finally, yeah, he did. He told me I was lying. Thought I was lying to him. I never lied to him. I tell him what was up, every
Yes.
time. Anyway, so I went back. I was in the hotel. Boosie came to visit me in the hotel with Bernie Worrell, Gary Shatter, Cardell Monson, and told me that he had some music he wanted me to do horns on. Now, I'm with James now. I'm
Yes.
finna do uh, uh, some horns with George Clinton. And I knew that if I had done them, that he gonna think I really was lying to him about a Parliament Funkadelic Chocolate City. But
Sure.
that was gone.
Yeah.
Chocolate City was gone. They were getting ready to do the Mothership Connection. And
Mm-hmm.
Boosie played these tracks for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, my goodness, that is the funkiest stuff I ever heard. And especially stretching out in the rubber band.
Yeah.
Boo-doo,
Yeah.
boo-doo, 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 boo-doo. I said, whoa, that's his. And I wanted me to do horns on that and all of George's stuff too. So I thought about it and they went away. And I considered it. So we were playing a gig at uh, Madison Square Garden
Mm-hmm.
with James Brown. James Brown was upset because nobody came. Hardly anybody came to Madison Square Garden. So James told one of the guys that worked with him from Philly, I forget his name. He said, they gave away tickets at the Nassau Coliseum for Harold Melvin and the Blue Note was at the Nassau Coliseum the same night, so that
Mm-hmm.
I would have no crowd at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I see.
He said, "Ain't that right, Fred?" Now, ordinarily, I would have said, "Yes, sir, Mr. Brown, you right." But at this time, I thought about it. I thought about Boosie. I thought about George Clinton and them tracks that I heard. He said, "Ain't that right, Fred?" I said, "Hell no." I said, "That ain't right. Ain't nobody gave away no tickets." And so he looked at me and I looked at him and I went down the hall and got my clothes, my uniform, brought him back up to him and threw him in his dressing room and said, "I quit."
Oh.
That was the time that I ever quit. And the transition was at the right time, in the right place because the band was off after Madison Square Garden, and James went home to Augusta, and I went to Detroit. That's where
Mm,
they were recording.
okay.
And we started out doing the Mothership Connection. So it was a perfect time and place for everybody to regroup.
That's a great story. Um,
Yeah.
let that was so much more than I expected. Thank you. And some of it I
Oh man.
remember a little bit from, I read the book many years ago. Some of this is coming back
Yeah.
to me now. Yeah. And speaking of the
Yeah. Yeah.
book, now you're not going to remember this, but when I saw you right before you went on stage at the Pittsburgh International Jazz Festival, I said, "You're going to write another book." And you said, "I don't know after the last book if I could write anything exciting." So, my question, and I'm paraphrasing, my question to you today is, would you write another book and what would it be, or is the answer the same?
Well, it's funny you should say that because I have been working on another book because my life has been very exciting since then,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure how I could put it in words and make it sellable to ordinary people. I don't know if it would be banned, but I am working on another book, and it's kind of finished. In some
Oh,
parts I can't even publish, but and so I'm gonna have to take out the bad parts, or
sure,
maybe
sure.
leave them in. I don't know, but maybe they'll be palatable after I die. But it's certain parts in there that can't be read by certain people,
Sure,
and
sure.
uh, uh, but it's been very exciting since then. Yeah, I will write the other book, but I have to clean it up first.
Okay, okay. Or give us
Yeah.
two versions.
Yeah.
So, tell me how you hooked up with Dwayne Dolphin.
Oh, that is a good story.
Uh, uh,
I did an album with Stefan Miner. He's a producer
mm-hmm,
from Germany, from Germany, and very successful album. We did for the elders and uh, in love in L.A. Um, uh, the people we used on the album was Jerry Allen. Uh, um, I can never think of the bass player's name. Anthony Cox and
okay.
Bill Stewart.
Uh-huh.
Uh, uh, People like that.
Sure, sure.
So when it came time to do the tour, now I'm ready to do my own band. So um, the band we put together, we got Bruce Cox on drums and Peter Masson was a piano player because Jerry Allen she had her own thing.
Mm-hmm,
Um, uh, and so Anthony Cox said, "Well, I got this guy Dwayne Dolphin that probably would be good for you." And
mm-hmm.
so I flew into. We hadn't rehearsed, we hadn't done anything, but they heard the music. And flew into uh, Zurich, Switzerland.
Okay.
And as I was coming down the steps, I saw the big guy with a long leather coat on. I said, now
Yeah,
that's either Dwight White or my bass player. And
I
I went
see.
down there and it was Wayne
It
Dolphin.
was Dwayne.
And
Yeah.
so I think that it's if I had a bass player, this looks like a
This is
bass
what he would
player.
look like. Yes, right, right. Yeah.
This how I want. This how I want my bass player to look.
That's what
And
you got.
yeah, it come find out he was a fine bass player. I mean, he played jazz like
Yeah,
I can't compare him to anybody, like Ron Carter.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
played funk like well better than Boosie because
Oh my.
he had it
Uh-oh.
all together.
Yeah.
And it's been a wonderful thing. He's been with me for almost 35 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to the show with the two of you in Pittsburgh coming up
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. So he finally he trusted me to do a jazz gig with him.
Yeah.
He told me, Fred, I want you to do this gig. I don't want you to play nothing but bebop. Now I used to play bebop really good.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now we don't. I don't know how good I'll be, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in the name of Dwayne Dolphin, and I'm sure he will pump me up and have me play like I should play. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. So now here's a question for the two of you. And I think Joya knows what the question is. Every time I
Uh-oh.
see you, right,
Mhm.
you look great.
Oh,
And she's always with you. And then I
yeah,
saw Maceo in Philly, and his daughter was singing with him, and he looks immortal too. Is it the
yeah.
daughters that keep you all healthy? Make sure you eat right, make sure you get some sleep. What's going on?
In my case,
Yeah.
it's true. It's true. Joy makes me eat right.
Yeah.
And she looks at labels and stuff. She said,
Yes.
"Oh, this stuff got oil in it. Oh, this got sugar in it. No,
Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
don't drink this. And
Yeah.
we just got through doing our morning exercises.
Oh, you're
So,
doing
she,
exercise. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
heck
yeah.
yeah.
And so that keeps me moving around. And it is true that my daughter does keep me healthy. I
Joya,
mean,
we
I
just
have my
did an
aches and
ad for your
pains.
for your outfit, didn't we?
Huh?
I said to Joya, we just did an ad for her business, didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Right, right. Well, yeah. Well, you didn't even mention the whole food plant-based lifestyle that we've adopted.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
4 years now, I've been eating that.
5 years.
5 years. It's
Uh-huh.
been
Almost
5 years. I've
5 years.
been eating the plant whole food, plant based
Yes.
diet. I've lost a lot of weight, and actually I feel great. In the morning, when I get up, I'm slow, as we all are.
But
But
it's 8 o'clock. You're
yeah,
fine.
Oh, it's good.
but basically, I'm in good health. For somebody 82 years old, I see other people 82 years old have a lot of friends that passed on,
Sure,
and
sure,
people walking on crutches and stuff, and I'm
sure.
still moving around, and I thank my daughter for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
In terms of longevity, there are a few of you who carry the the funk legacy forward forever. How
yeah.
proud are you of that?
I'm very proud of it. I'm
Yeah.
one of the few left. I just spoke to Leo Nocentelli of
Uh-huh.
the Beatles, and he's
Yeah.
another phenom. His daughter keeps him going too.
Ah, really?
Yeah, yeah. And George Porter,
He looks
all
great.
of yeah,
He
yeah.
looks real
And
good.
we we are very proud. I'm very proud of the fact that I'm still alive and still able to tell the story of
Yes.
how funk arrived and how it sustained itself. Yeah.
Well, what you just gave me here is another piece I can splice on the interviews that I've done with you, and I'm going to put them someplace where everybody can find them forever. Thank you for what you've
Thank you.
done.
Thank you so much. It's people like you that keep the funk alive, really. You tell the story and you make sure the story gets out there. I can tell a story to people around me, but you tell it to a
A,
multitude of people,
a
you
few
know?
more.
Yeah.
Well, you've always made yourself accessible to me. And
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, you got up at 8 o'clock. I really appreciate what you do for me to help with this story. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.